Welcome to the Adam Fiedland Show. We got some special guests today from Regular Car Reviews. You want to say hello yourselves?
Hello, my name is Brian, otherwise known as Mr. Regular.
And I'm Nick, otherwise known as the Roman.
And I'm Adam, otherwise known as Adam from the Adam Fiedland Show. And we also have our executive producer, Nick Mullen.
I'm here. I'm trying to work the cameras and the
board.
The board, yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I don't know how familiar
pleasure.
you are with the show, but we're trying to get it off the ground here.
Yeah. You guys are some of the first guests we've had.
Well, thank you so much. I feel honored.
Yeah. We're batting... we're beneath the Mendoza line, but we're hoping to raise our level.
It means it's shittier than Mexican radio.
Yeah, it's worse than Mexican radio.
In podcasting, it's a different Mendoza line.
Yeah.
What is Mexican radio like?
I honestly have no idea. I only know that Stan Ridgway song.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Classic hit. Now you did radio.
I did do radio, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The two things I did was AM. I did AM radio.
Yeah.
High school football. I ran the board for my local radio station, and there's nothing more fantastic than small town AM radio that has
how about doing a bunch of cocaine on a pedophile island?
That sounds better.
That's probably one.
And then small town.
And then two is
AM
small
radio.
town AM radio.
Yeah.
And then three is cocaine on a regular island.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the owner of that radio station, which I'd love to say its name, would do drugs, because the radio station was in shambles. But the office, the program manager, was like oak. Everything else was like a rundown elementary school, and you walk into the station manager and it's just oak table, big sort of a sexual abuse desk, the type of desk that looked like Nick Offerman would do woodworking on. And down in the basement, these a boys' summer camp bathrooms where the stall only comes down to your waist level, so people can just see your junk as it lowers down onto the toilet. And
sort of penis visible but anonymous penis sort of vibe.
Yeah.
So the faces are obscured.
Yeah.
Only genitals.
Glory hole adjacent.
Sort of a metaphor for society itself these days.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. We're all living under short stalls. Used to be you'd see your neighbor, you'd smile at him, but you wouldn't see his cock.
Now you don't know what his face looks like, but you have his cock memorized, etched into your memory, perhaps.
Everybody's just on OnlyFans, but it's just like a live stream of some guy who has a GoPro on a little gimbal coming off from his belt, and yeah, the entire thing.
Oh yeah.
And they have 1 billion subscribers.
Yeah.
Just Mad Mike Floppy, Westchester, Pennsylvania.
And $2 a month.
And this was the owner of the radio station.
I never met the owner. I only met the station manager.
Oh, okay.
Who was horrifically obese.
Yeah.
And had a short temper, and would
Italian.
I'm so fat I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It was just he drove a 3rd generation Dodge Caravan. The entire front driver's seat completely blown out, bolstering gone, everything. And he would get so angry at Comcast, when our internet would go down, because we had an AM stream, during football season, small town Pennsylvania, we had an AM stream.
Yeah.
We had the AM station was downstairs, FM station was upstairs, and then they had this Dell Dimension laptop running Windows XP doing a live stream to their, GeoCities style page. And
there's guys in Williamsburg right now trying to figure out how to recreate that kind of setup.
Yeah.
Spending millions and millions
of their parents'
of
money.
Deutschmarks.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to get that kind of look in that
64 kilobits per second stream.
Yeah.
Mono.
Baud, whatever baud means. Remember when things were measured in baud?
Yeah,
baud
it's not even kilobytes. That's predated.
Yeah.
Do you when you first went online, did you have cable, or was there still dial-up when you were growing up?
There was dial-up until I think my mom had dial-up until they Verizon was we're just gonna cut. You can't have. We're not gonna. There's no phone lines anymore.
Right.
So yeah, it was always dial-up.
Yeah.
I didn't get cable internet until I was an adult. High-speed internet when I was a 20-year-old, and I'm like, gee, I'm rich. I was making $17,000 a year.
I can download everything off of LimeWire.
Yeah.
And iMesh and Morpheus. There was Morpheus.
Uh-huh.
Like everything, all the little like feeder.
Kazaa.
Yes.
As long as I leave that shit running overnight, I'll get.
I'll see one boob.
Yeah, the picture
Yeah.
of Halle Berry from Swordfish.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty-
was a big one.
That was the big hit on
Mm-hmm.
that, and Donald Duck getting a blowjob.
And the Vitruvian Man,
Mm-hmm. So
Leonardo da
Full
Vinci.
disclosure, I don't know if we should mention it now, but you guys, we sent Adam out with you guys for an afternoon.
Yeah,
The reason why we're friends,
Mm-hmm.
invited you guys on. You've got a very successful YouTube show.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, that's about. How would you summarize it?
Regular Car Reviews is a car show for people who don't like cars or hate cars. So, okay, we will talk about cars,
Uh-huh.
but it's going to be framed in, and it sounds so highbrow, like in a sociological context,
Yeah.
like where this car fits in with like popular culture or even general culture.
Yeah.
But then it just devolves into dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
And just horrific images.
See,
I'm swallowing
we're
air
starting there. That's what Come Town was, is the
Yeah.
horrific images, and we're trying to elevate to the whatever
whatever
that part.
Yeah.
So we need to introduce that, and Adam doesn't. Do you care about cars at all? You don't give a fuck.
I care about it only in the sense that if they earn me respect
Yeah.
from people that I'm trying to impress.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to
I
make
like
the
that.
Adam Fiedland show something that we can get normal people, to not be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is this? This Jewish guy.
Yeah,
This isn't one of the ones I know, like Howard Stern or
yeah,
Jared from Subway. This
yeah.
is-
The
this is a
two
new
presidents of Israel.
one. Right.
Yeah.
This is a new one, and a big part of that is interviews. And we had a little bit of trouble. We interviewed our friend.
We interviewed our friend who's directed multiple feature films. He was a producer for Abel Ferrara, eccentric New York City filmmaker for years.
And now people are calling him the N-word. on
People
the
are being
Patreon.
mean to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
a friend of ours,
Yeah.
and we feel like bad friends.
We
really.
feel like
Horrific
bad
turn of
friends.
events.
And the problem is that I'll say we, meaning the Adam Fiedland show, we're a bad interviewer.
Well, I
We-
wouldn't go too far as say bad. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere.
Well, this
and-
is us. This is us
This is
starting
we're starting.
somewhere. This is us starting somewhere. So I
Yeah,
invited
we're
you
kind
guys
of
on.
trying to account for our past sins.
Mhm.
Trying to run from something that happened. I don't know, 2 months ago. We're trying to act like we're completely reformed.
But let's not focus on ourselves too much. We need to teach Adam. Adam's got to
Yeah.
figure out how to be more like you guys, to take something kind of niche, but then give it broad appeal. You
Right.
know?
That's an excellent question. We could spend hours on that.
Oh, it wasn't really a question so much as what we need to do.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, so because Adam we need to figure out what's going on, future wise.
All right.
Yeah.
And the goal is to become a pretty good interviewer.
Right. So
No,
Adam,
the goal is
ask
to
them
make a lot of
questions
money.
now. Ask them questions.
Yeah,
Um,
we're skilled at this. Really, ask me anything. We've been in broadcasting and radio and doing YouTube, and we've done plenty of interviews. So
Yeah.
we are. This is the DMV. This is you're just practicing for a driver's test. You're in a gigantic parking lot. Can't hit
Yeah.
anything.
Well,
Not
so
bad.
okay, so you guys say that you look at cars through a sociological lens. So
Yes.
if I were to give you a car, would you tell me the person that's driving that
I
car?
love this game. Yes.
You know this game?
This is half of what we do.
Because I thought I invented it. Okay, never mind.
You're
Mazda
going too-
Miata.
You're like bragging and going too personal. I feel with that.
Well, I thought that I
you
invented
cut yourself
a cool, fun
off.
game.
That's great. I'm glad that you ended it before. But you
What
could
do
have
you
just asked. You said, "Well, I invented."
Well,
it. You're about to
I think-
argue.
Well,
with
I
me.
thought I invented it, and you said I love
You
this
had
game.
an in right there. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
You
No,
could've
I was
just
I
said-
think
disappointed.
I
I
edged
thought
him
I had
on
a
a little bit, or edged him off. or
no,
edging.
don't blame
No,
yourself.
It's
Don't
not-
blame
it's
yourself.
not
It's
your
me.
fault.
It's
And
me,
it's
my
not,
friend.
Adam, it's not your fault either, and we're not talking about blame or fault.
Yeah.
It's just this is us starting somewhere.
Okay.
So it's a learning experience.
All right, so folks, we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna tell these guys. These are automotive journalists. I'm gonna tell them a car, and you're gonna tell me who's driving that car.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 2016 Ford F-150 Raptor.
Oh, okay. You picked a very good one because that's the very beginning of crap. Well, the first year was 2012, maybe. Anyway, so Raptor is someone who's upset that they can't afford an SRT10 Viper. Raptor is for someone who fancies themselves a Baja-style racer. Like they're going south into Mexico. They're going to do a lot of jumps.
They're doing the dunes.
Bit of a tech bro. I'm going to give you two answers, but bit of a
but
tech
it's $120,000.
Oh, what, you can get them cheaper, but you know, probably all blown out. These things these things are like a trophy truck or a pre-runner. This thing is going to go off jumps. I saw all YouTube videos where these people went off jumps. I'm going to do it too. It has nitrogen fucking shocks. This is a street truck. This thing, yes, it can go off-road a little bit, but it's not some crazy rig that you build to go in like off of like Roush Creek State Park in Pennsylvania. No. So they take a first jump, 4,000 pounds coming off the ground, and bam, boom, back down on the ground. Suddenly the shocks blow. It's sagging like a Carolina sag, and it's done. And
what's a Carolina sag?
Oh boy, that's fun.
It's a Sagittarius from South Carolina.
Nice. Yeah.
We're too far apart, but yeah.
Carolina sag is where you take a truck and you only lower the rear.
They're like, my birthday's in December.
It's, you know, those kids who got when they got their first gamer chairs, those rocking ones that would go on the back, like all the way on the floor. Picture like you're playing N64, but your feet are up like this, like that. Now, someone who wants to drive a truck like this all the time, bed down, hood up. And,
wow,
you know
that doesn't sound very good.
And the other people who buy Raptors are generally people who want a low-level Powerball, and they're also QAnon people who figure the apocalypse is going to be move them up on social hierarchy.
Before we get back to the next car, you guys, if you haven't done it already, you should do an entire episode on the Punisher sticker, on the Blue Lives Matter Punisher sticker, because as a car decal, that means so much these days.
Yeah, like I am. There's nothing more in life that I want than to stand my ground.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this. I'm ready to be a hero.
I'm ready to be John Wick.
I want to be sponsored by Glock and Heckler and Koch and everything. I inevitably
a lot of gun companies rhyme with cock or have cock in the name.
Yeah.
I wonder
What's next? What's next? Penis fucking firearms?
Yeah.
The Punisher sticker is just for people who are wishing a motherfucker would until a motherfucker does.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's, we don't need to go there. And I mean, I understand in an intellectual level why that type of symbology is powerful, because it's a skull and it's
badass.
Skull with
like
very long teeth.
Very long teeth.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that person looked like before they were dead? That was probably
Total
a freak,
dumbass.
dumbass
freak
nerd.
show.
And that's who you want to be, is the dead version of like,
has anyone seen my retainer?
that's who your hero is.
Not a cool guy.
Not at all.
Like literally that Simpsons bit, like we could take her to the carnival and charge 2 bits a gander. After they did that CGI thing where Lisa's teeth kept getting bigger.
Oh yeah,
the
big book of British smiles.
Okay, I'm stealing this from one of your videos. How about a 2012 FJ Cruiser? Who's driving that?
I've come around a little bit on the FJ Cruiser because right now, post-COVID, those have gotten collectible because people realize they're really just Toyota 4Runners underneath with a cool-looking body.
Yeah.
But like...
The new Bronco is trying to do that, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, that thing. I have yet to drive it. All I have to go on the looks is the new Bronco, but it's like this boomer thing that's still lingering on where we're trying to recreate 1968 over and over and over.
I thought they're trying to recreate OJ. I
Oh,
thought people are trying to get it and then murder their wives and then get on a slow
Well, they're
speed
wrong because
pursuit.
that was a Bronco. No, that was a Ford Bronco, not a
It
Bronco.
was a Bronco.
2. Yeah, that
was the most
regular
famous Bronco
That's
of
the
all
most
time.
famous Bronco of all time. Yeah.
Square headlights though. New one's round. Trying to go back to the round ones of the 60s.
Pathetic. We all just want to be OJ, baby. We want to be the juice.
Want to be the juice. Yeah.
Ford is going nowhere near that.
Wait, so the FJ Cruiser, what are you saying? Who's driving that?
Right now, it's the Right now, it moved from like more like sort of like the prepper move, because originally like the Ford FJ Cruisers were good buys because people looked at them like, that's like all plastic body and weird, and like the true truck, that's not a real truck. But then like it turned the corner and became like hipster cool for a while because it was an easy buy. It was an easy entry into having a body on frame. Are they body on frame? Yeah, they're 4Runners, so they're body on frame. Yeah, and a decent off-roader. You could get them in stick shift, which is great. But because they were all plasticky, the old sort of, again, I'm not to keep knocking on boomers, but they didn't want it. They're like, plastic isn't good. So now it's more the type of the people who have stuff on their car that says like zombie hunting permit.
Oh, that
the people
guy.
who really wish Halo was a real place in life. It's kind of like the Proud Boy version of a brony who wishes they could live in that cartoon.
Why don't you do the opposite?
That was poetry.
The opposite version of this game, where you pick somebody, and then you got to figure out what car they drive.
Okay.
Ooh, since I'm so enamored with comedy, give me like some comedians that you know, and I'll try to figure out what they're driving.
Jay Leno.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Go ahead.
Miata.
All right, I'm going to go Fiat. The Fiat version of the Miata, the Fiat 124, I think.
The Spider.
I thought they were all convertibles.
Are they?
Spider just means convertible.
The 124 Spider, the Fiat 124 Spider.
Oh, there's the regular one and the Spider?
I think so.
Ooh. See, I haven't driven the Fiat yet.
Is the Miata a sick car? Because, I mean, you're a gay guy, right? Like,
yeah.
Those were, it became a thing being like, oh, only a gay guy.
Only the faggots drive it. Can I
Only
say
a
that?
gay guy would drive it. Yeah, you can say faggot. Yeah,
Okay. It's sort of weird
mean, I
because
can't
I only
say
came
it.
out of the closet at age 40, and I'm 41.
Wow.
So it's all kind of
You
like...
just came out of the closet. Sorry for laughing.
No, it's fine.
What a
Yeah.
waste of time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make
you
up
just
for
started
lost
living.
time
That's
here.
kind of beautiful.
It is.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
nice.
feel lighter.
Well, it's
I
fun
got
because being in New York, there's no such thing as a closet.
Everyone's gay.
The banks here are gay.
So did you just say banks are gay?
Yeah.
They are.
Like you
They
go into
are.
the bank?
No,
Yeah.
you go down to Chase Bank in Union Square. They're
They
like,
just hang
cash
that
your
thing of cotton
fucking
candy.
cash
Yeah.
your checks right here in my ass.
It's a leather bar,
Yeah.
literally. Some guy's getting fisted.
yeah.
There's like some
people-
and the bank manager is the one like married game guy who's married to a wife, but he's got like side dick, like all the time, and he's just sweating all day long. It's like, come on, man, can we just talk about like mutual funds for a little bit? Just come into my office just a little bit.
So the idea of being in the closet, it's a very like it's almost like a throwback thing.
It's kind of, it is
It's like
throwback.
it's sort of like a
in New York
Y2K
City,
thing.
Yeah.
It's like being closeted here would be interpreted as being like you're just like the hippest guy.
In fact,
Yeah.
there's so many guys that are like objectively gay that get girls. That's the version of being in the closet here. Is a guy that's like presents as gay and then gets pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually kind of
Is that a real thing? Like
oh yeah,
straight
yeah. I know
guys
multiple guys like that in New York City
Yeah.
who are straight guys who are just homos.
Isn't that just
Yeah.
the old metrosexual thing of just like
It's an extension of metrosexual. It's like guys that say j'adore. Like
J'adore.
Yeah, like guys,
by
guys
Dior.
like that. And then
People
they're
know
like
what
and they're
joie
like,
de
they're like
vivre
let's
means.
have a sleepover. And then
my-
they try to fuck. Wait, why did the Miata become synonymous with being gay?
Because it had.
I remember
it had a
Corky
feminine
Romano drove one.
Who?
Do you remember that Chris Kattan vehicle, Courtney
Chris
Romano?
Kattan.
Oh, I remember Corky Romano.
Yeah.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
It's
at the
actually
time.
pretty funny.
It's actually
Is it?
pretty good.
You should revisit it.
I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
probably revisit it. I
The
saw it
scene
when
where
it came out.
his
I just-
illiterate brother's trying to order ice cream, very funny. There's like 3 flavors of ice cream and he can't read. And it's like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And he's like, yeah, let me get the fucking pistachio. Because he's like a mafia guy. But like there are only 3 flavors.
When did this
sir.
movie come out?
I want
like
the Rocky Road.
97 or something.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
he drove a Miata.
It was later than that. I think it was probably like 2002. You think?
I
Corky
think
Romano?
maybe 97 sounds right to me,
Really?
but I don't know.
Oh.
No,
It's
it's probably
somewhere in
later than that.
between
Yeah,
there.
it's probably
Yeah.
2000.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
he was still on
post
SNL.
pre 9/11 is an important distinction, I think. With
Yeah, those are different.
So it had
Yes.
a girly body shape.
Yeah, it was. They were really trying to make a car that looked like the Lotus Elan. It was a Japanese car doing an impression of a British man.
Yeah.
So that's where it is. And a little bit of MG. And that was a whole thing like masculinity has always been associated with hard edges.
Right.
Right angles, stuff stiffs. The car, as Jeremy Clarkson said, designed by somebody who only has a ruler. But then you have this very curvaceous kind of pretty shape, and men who are very insecure about their sexuality, who spend their nights cleaning and re-cleaning the same gun. People who really like that country song, I'll just be here all night cleaning my gun.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill my daughter's boyfriend.
Right, yeah.
Like,
Guys
yeah.
that show their daughter's boyfriend the gun before
Yeah,
the date,
yeah,
before
they would
on
never go
prom
near-
night.
Yeah.
That's a really good Google image search. Are dads with guns on prom night?
Yeah.
There's like all these pictures of guys like
I'm gonna
with their
commit
daughter,
murder.
their daughter in the date, and them and their gun.
I'm literally going to
yeah.
splatter the brains of your child all over the wall because I have some pedophilic nature about my own daughter.
Yeah.
Because only I can end her virginity. Oh, that's
Only I
terrible. I'm
can
so
make
sorry.
her bust. Yeah,
But you're saying like now Miatas have turned the corner.
there's still
'cause
Miata.
Now they're for Sebastian Maniscalco.
Now they're for Sebastian.
Yeah.
Maniscalco.
They used to be for queers, and now they got an Italian version. They got an even more Italian.
Yeah.
When it was one Italian car, that wasn't enough for me. But now there's two. Now there's two different kinds of Italian cars I could drive.
Yeah.
Why not?
You guys familiar with Sebastian Maniscalco?
Yeah, he was an Irishman, right?
Yeah,
the-
isn't
He was in
The
the Irishman.
Yeah, he was in The
He
Irishman.
was.
Where? When is he in the Irish?
He's in the
Crazy-
Irishman. He does a great
crazy,
job. What's his name? He has a
Cra-
nickname.
I love how none of us
He
can
was
remember
he
his
got
No,
got it in
there's
that
like-
movie.
He gets got.
like when
I watched The Irishman twice, and I somehow did not catch it.
You know when
either.
Robert
he
De
does
Niro
such a
goes
good
into
job.
the restaurant and is like, I can't do an impression of for a job like this. You're gonna need two guns.
Yeah.
The one you use, and he goes in and shoots
and
everybody.
Sebastian Maniscalco goes, "Hey, how about tree guns? What if you had three of them?" Is that the same? I honestly don't remember any. I did watch.
He
it
plays
twice.
Joe Gallo.
Crazy, yeah.
It's doing nothing for me. I remember what's the fat guy's name? The fat Albanian guy, Action Bronson.
Yeah, Crazy Joe Gallo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Action Bronson plays the
The
coffin
the
the
coffin
coffin
guy.
salesman. Yeah. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. I like him.
We're gonna have him on the show, and he's gonna teach Adam how to eat food on camera.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know that.
we gotta have broad appeal. We gotta figure out broad appeal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to get everybody to love Adam.
Now, see, I wish I could learn that whole skill of that James Gandolfini skill of eating food on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just always
fisting
making
food.
it look like the most fucking scrumptious looking meal.
You know what I always wondered about The Sopranos is, do you think he had to come into ADR like nose sounds?
Yeah, it was always the nose whistle
Yeah.
when he was. Yeah.
Like he would have to come in and sit in the booth with an editor and just like,
Is that good? You want it again or what?
do you think so?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I don't know. See, I'm
If
this
they had
is-
like
I'm,
one,
I'm
and
I'm
they-
truly-
I'm
Brainwave.
truly the worst of all interviewers because I'll pitch something as like a half-assed bit
Yeah.
and then
someone's
throw
like,
it to you and be like, "What do you think about that?
You want to riff on that?
Why don't you make
take a
some-
bite out of that?
Why don't you make something happen with that shitty idea?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
finish
Which I
myself?"
bailed on.
Well, I
Here, I'm
guess
dumb.
they
It's
could
like-
take the one sniff.
It's like
and,
giving a homeless person your rice from Panda Express.
yeah.
You eat all the meat off the top, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm a good guy."
Yeah.
How
why
about
don't-
I'll give this bum rice that I don't
Yeah,
want to
it's
finish.
all congealed
just
into
so
a
you
square.
know, just so you know, it's for the garbage.
Yeah. There's a couple of carrot cubes in there and some
There's
peas.
no orange chicken, but all of the glaze just sat at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good for your fucking.
It's like a Yoplait yogurt you didn't shake up.
Yeah, yeah,
You
exactly.
didn't stir.
Yeah, your dying heart will pump this right down to your ankles immediately, pal.
So yeah, I like the Sebastian Maniscalco. That was a good bit about like an actor who drives something else. So who
Okay,
else
what
do
about
you
a guy?
How
Okay,
about Odame from The Color Purple?
I'm unfamiliar.
Is that The Color Purple?
I don't
Who's
remember.
Odame? Odame is Whoopi Goldberg's character in Ghost.
Now I'm thinking about movie,
Oh.
but the where my mind went is
I thought
I'm
you
thinking
drove
about
a
movie
Caprice.
characters' cars, and then I thought of like famous cars driven by movie characters, and then the first thing I remembered was when they tried to bring back the Ford Thunderbird and they put it in a James Bond movie.
That's my dad's favorite car.
Really?
Like a
The
2000
eighth generation, the final
2003 Firebird.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all it is. A
What was
Lincoln Mark-
that? What was
It's a
that?
Lincoln Mark 7.
What was
Is it,
that?
Or a Lincoln Mark 8.
No, I think
No, it
Mark
was
8.
so
Yeah.
it looked so crap.
Mark 7's the Fox body.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this
That was
one-
the way it like circle headlights, right?
Yes, but what's that design? What was that design thing called?
It's some sort of like new retro or something like that.
Yeah, but
It's like a PT Cruiser.
it was the one right
Same
after.
style, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a standalone because the Focus came out around the same time, right? And that one was like new Edge, or what was the name of it?
Well, New Edge is what his Mustang is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
SN95, and then there's SA95 New Edge.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like right on the line. But
We're so deep. This is like so deep in the car culture. As a
Yeah, but here's
Yeah,
the
we're
thing.
just a couple of
in
men
about
talking.
10 seconds, I'll find a way to make it about Chinese people. And that's what these people want. You know.
Has China been able to make a drivable car?
Yes, now.
Jason Torchinsky from Jalopnik ordered a car from China and it came in a crate.
Really?
And it's on their YouTube channel. There is this.
They came in with the boxes with the little metal handle.
just open it and Bart Simpson is catching a ride from Hong Kong.
The Hong Chi, okay, thank you, #1, good luck. LX.
He had this thing, and
General Tso's Motors. Yeah.
I feel so. It's so interesting to be on this podcast and wanting to join in and riff with you guys.
Yeah.
But know that I'm in a different world on the internet that I can't do what you do.
It's all one world. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I've been watching a lot more black people content from the early 1990s, and I found out that it's all one world.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all living in it.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, and
That's
we all
a
need to
smart thing.
link arms around the globe. Remember when they tried to do that?
I remember, That's when they tried to do the whole
What
arms across
mongoloid-
America.
yeah,
Arms
exactly.
across America.
Just the dumbest thing possible.
yeah,
It's like
what
the
was
really
a dumb idea?
What was that supposed to do?
Yeah.
like we're like,
He's gonna prove a point.
we
a
made the
big-
biggest fucking conga line in history. Dream achieved, Martin Luther King.
It's
You can
like,
now
come back
you-
to life now.
Now you guys can shut up.
Yeah.
it's like
No more
trying to play Red
complaining.
Rover against
Yeah.
the fucking Jolly Green Giant or some shit.
Yeah, take that, Hitler.
Wait, so what's this Chinese car we're hearing about?
I'd have to look it up, but there's a specific segment for like your grandparents who have cataracts, all cloudy, they can't see too far ahead, but we will make a car for them. It's essentially a golf cart. A very small car, smaller than a Japanese key car, and it goes like 35. And if you picture a vehicle from Richard Scarry's Busy World,
Wow. See, this is what I mean. It's all one
yeah,
world. We
yeah,
were just
talking about
this.
Richard
I don't know
Scarry.
if it was on camera or not.
No, it was not on camera. It was only during with Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we're not doing the show, we just talk about baby stuff.
Yeah. We were talking about Jar Jar Binks before we started the episode.
what if they learned how to bust in Muppet Babies?
Wait, so
They
they've so
fill a
China
kiddie pool with
dude,
cum.
we gotta they made a 35-mile-an-hour car. Like, we're fucked at this point. They don't need us at all.
Well, we're unsure of, like, on a long enough timeline, trucks like the Great Wall, which is a real name for a truck, it's called the Great Wall,
Wow.
that I saw in New Zealand but haven't gotten a chance to drive yet.
Just real quick, China needs to chill out with the fucking Great Wall.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we don't even.
It happened.
We don't even talk about the Freedom Tower, and it was built 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody's like the fucking Freedom Tower. China's been like just sucking their own dick over this wall for
It's pretty
what
long.
8,000 years now.
It is a wonder of the world.
But it's their version of the fucking linking arms bullshit. What if we made a big wall? You know, it's like, who gives a fuck? And still now, they can build an entire city overnight. They can build a 30 million person city.
Yeah.
What's up
In
with
the
those
fucking blink of an
no
eye.
one's even heard the name of.
And they're still going off about this fucking wall.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, so
that's
this,
the end of the China corner.
So this car sucks or it's cool? Or you want to drive it?
Well, I want to drive everything. So, yeah.
Is that your rating system? Sucks, cool, or I need to drive it?
It's a box I haven't checked yet.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out what it is. I saw him in New Zealand. And I was talking to a tradie down there, and he told me that
What is a tradie? Is that
It's
like
a
it's
contractor.
oh, okay.
They're
the race
slang for
trader,
it.
like an Australian.
Tradie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I only hang out with Spanish folks. I've been,
Yeah.
I've been
fucking hate
excommunicated
white
from.
people.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
really.
I'm a
like
tradie.
me. I'm a race tradie.
Yes. Yes, I fucking hate white people.
I can't stand him.
I can't.
Just abos for me, thanks.
Yeah,
Just me and my abo friends.
No, there's the Maoris. Yeah,
That's New Zealand.
Yeah, I learned that. Well, he said it in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Trade in New Zealand.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is New Zealand. Sorry.
Yeah, I learned the hecka, and I'm like, I'm done with white shit. I asked myself, like, why? What are even white people?
What are they?
What even are they? Yeah.
Absolute garbage.
They're trash
Heaps
people.
trash. They're heaps
heaps trash.
Sorry, we'll just do this for the
Okay,
next
sorry.
30
Yeah,
minutes.
we do
Real
this
quick,
for
I want to
hours.
just mention
It's
that this
lovely to see this in person.
Yeah.
that this is brought to you by mybookie.com or
Oh.
.ag. Sorry.
.ag.
Yeah, we got Roy told me he sent over some new copy.
Oh, let's hear it. Do you send it to me?
I say Roy, his name might be Kyle or Frank. I keep forgetting. I've been friends with this guy for years now, and but he's Canadian. And you know, we went to Italy before. Remember what I was saying about Europeans? How they kind of creep me out, and you know, because they seem like like Sims or something. You know what I mean? Like in the Matrix, the fake people that the agents become.
Very Truman Show type.
Yeah, they're just like the Europeans are just sort of scenery, and I feel the same way about Canadians. They look like creator skaters, basically. They just, the whole thing.
They're
is
like a Chinese AI.
Yeah, you
tried
let
to
the- you-
mimic Americans.
well, yeah. You let the PlayStation come up with a
Yeah.
guy, you
Yeah.
know, and then you just slap the name.
There's
on it.
stuff like I remember we were there. I may have said it on Cometown when we were there, but there was like there was like a sign in a coffee shop that said our milkshakes bring all the genders to the yard. And we're like, okay, so like a Chinese computer program wrote that. Like it's like
It's like those fake articles. that are
Joey.
just
His name is
AI.
Joey.
Joey. It looks it's like a bootleg like when China bootlegs like an American product, but like the like social justice version of that, you know.
How fast can we crank this out?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
Need now. We
Yeah.
need to be on in front of whatever's happening.
Yeah.
We'll do it now. Is it grammatically correct? Is there agreement in this sentence? Don't worry about it.
No,
well,
it
let me
doesn't
tell you
matter.
this: Mr. Joey forgot to send me the copy, or I just don't have the right.
Anyway, guys, mybookie.ag. It's a great place to go.
It's if you like betting online.
like betting
this is
online,
definitely
you're
one
gonna
of the
love this
websites where
website.
you can do that.
It's got the extension AG because it's some country
Switzerland
and
uses
Switzerland,
AG.
and you know that they are neutral except for when it comes to betting on sports.
Yeah,
Um,
my bookie. Do you guys do any sports betting? You guys-
Negative, just the stock market.
Yeah, that's
Are you a stocks guy?
Yeah.
Are you like a
Yeah.
meme stock guy?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm in it for when I'm 65 and taking deductions at 71.
Oh, okay.
oh, nice, brother.
Yeah,
we
I
can,
got a
we can,
financial.
we can talk about stocks if you want. But,
I got
but
a
you got to
fin-
do this, Reed. Sorry.
No,
Anyway, so
hey,
guys, listen.
Hey, we don't have to do shit.
They got a
pal.
lot of really exciting promotions. They got 100% sports welcome bonus, 150% casino bonus for up to $750. You can bet with Bitcoin.
table games, live casino, slots, sports, and mobile betting. VIP online betting experience. Our team, our vision. I'm just reading through the website here.
Now, I'm doing the same exact thing.
What do we
Look-
got? What are the upcking things? going on?
Listen, sport.
There's boxing happening,
The
right?
Premier League just started back up. Soccer's back on the baseball. We're heading towards October. You can put in your bets for who's going to make the playoffs. They have you can bet on the ponies, even if you're not at the Belmont Stakes. You can bet on them. You can bet. They have live in-game wagering, so that means that after the game has started, the odds have adjusted. And if you've lost all your money within the first 5 seconds, you can try to get it back, and so your wife won't leave you. Secure the bag, double your first
Promo
deposit.
code either Cometown or Cometown20, or maybe even TAFS20. That's me and Joey talked about that.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. Hopefully he's okay. I don't know what's happening up there in Canada.
Yeah. Best of luck to Joey.
Joey,
Joey.
hope you're doing okay.
Joey, hope you're doing okay. You run a great service, and it's all above board, and you can trust them with your money. How does it work? First, you log on to MyBookie, then you watch the televised game as usual. You know I am. I'm watching the big game. And when a commercial is on, a line will be displayed on your screen. And when the line is unavailable, it will disappear by itself to show a locked status. Odds are automatically updated, and scores are reflected in real time. Do you have to download anything? No. The live sports book requires no download. There are no additional fees. And anyway, guys, this is a great company. You can play blackjack, bet on NFL, MMA. You could do prop betting, golf, tennis. Tennis, I hear, has the best odds if you're into gambling. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yell at me in the comments. That people love saying that, YouTubers. Yell at me in the comments.
I'm hearing that for the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Anything to pump
You
the
can yell at
algorithm.
me in the comments if I'm wrong about that one. Anyway, guys,
Let me,
go to this website. Try any of the 15 promo codes that we're
Check
not
the
even
promo
sure which
codes
one.
out, see what they do for you, see what happens.
See what happens. The most important thing is that they pay us for this.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, guys. And now back to the show.
Back to the show. Are you comments readers?
I will read the comments in the morning, in bed, before my erection goes down from the night before, from all the dreams that I had about cuddling.
Mazda Miatas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how some people want to fuck cars?
Yeah, that's like a
Dude, I've
fetish.
seen
Well, real quick, do you think there's a
videos.
guy that wants to fuck Miatas that just constantly has to explain? He's like, yeah, but I'm not gay though. I
It's a
just
chick,
I just
actually.
want to fuck the car.
Her name is Heather.
Yeah, the
I mean, you
car is a girl.
It's not gay.
Well, I mean, there's clearly going to be that guy looking for somebody on Patreon who can draw that exact scenario.
Yeah.
Or OnlyFans or
Which
something.
is now another. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
Adam
add a
Friedland
tier.
show will be $50 a month. We will draw a picture of you fucking a Miata.
Yeah. We will put that.
If you're
yeah.
that guy out there, you're guaranteeing us that this guy exists.
I have to believe he does.
Look, if,
Okay.
Well, we're gonna put him.
That
out
sounds
of
like
business.
market research to me. And so we're adding the tier. We'll Adam. Sorry, go ahead. Carry on with your interview. You're doing great, by the way.
Yeah, it's
thanks,
good.
man.
This is way better than when we had Mike Bolandic on. He refused to talk to us about his grandfather.
We just kept asking our friend who's definitely on the spectrum, who doesn't like talking about his family, about whether or not
He's been fishing with his grandpa.
whether or not
what
his
it felt
grandfather
like.
showed him his dick
Not
on a
show.
boat while they were fishing.
Not show, but
Accidentally saw an outline.
You've been on a boat with
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that kind of.
And these old fellas, they got big old things. You
Yeah.
know, they got big
so it's
hots.
kind of like an Alfred Hitchcock outline.
Kind of,
you know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just stepped into it.
And when they really get in there and they're working that knife through the fish,
Yeah. And you're like, wow.
everything's shifting side to side. The boat's making you seasick, so
He's
it's
had a
fucking with your
great life.
emotions anyways. And I'm asking him this, and he's
He's
giving
like,
us-
I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know,
I don't
dude.
fucking know.
Yeah, it was just we're trying to really throw gold at him, but
Yeah.
we learned our lesson there.
We thought that would have been a good interview.
We thought it'd be a good idea to have a friend who we pretty much only hang out while we're intoxicated, and he's intoxicated.
Yeah,
on
we
our
did a
podcast.
lot of drugs with this guy, so maybe misinterpreted, the kind of rapport that we had. But I tell you what, this guy,
We should have been doing drugs.
we're gonna turn Adam into. This guy's gonna be the greatest talk show host of all time.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
That
Gonna be
was
the Dick Cavett of his generation.
swinging a miss.
Well,
swinging
that's
a
the
miss,
goal right now.
Swinging a miss with the last one, but this one, he's crushing it. I think we're having a
I
real.
think it's going
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
absolutely.
having fun,
crushing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wonder how much of the footage we're gonna use from before, but I
What's
don't
wrong
want
with
to. I don't want to repeat stuff, but
Yeah, don't repeat
yeah.
stuff. Then we'll
Anyway,
throw
We
it in.
repeat stuff in our
Where are we
videos
at?
all the
Repeat stuff
time.
all the time.
Half
In
the
our
stuff we
videos.
can't
what's
even
it? What's
remember.
what's your guys' favorite video?
Maybe
you
we'll
put up?
find
You
a
said
nice-
the PT Cruiser one.
Oh, the
Maybe-
PG Cruiser one I
Cruiser's gotta
love.
be-
Well, real quick, we'll find a nice edit point. It's like, why don't we take a walk?
A lovely constitutional and come back and
Swift.
murder.
I would
Patty
like
and
a little
Selma.
coffee.
And
maybe.
welcome back from your walk, guys.
Whoa, what a good one.
Oh,
It
I
is
feel
nourishing.
rejuvenated.
Michelle, do you hear that part? What are we at? 39 minutes? That's where you put you can cut the other stuff in.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
You guys, the show, fans of the show ignore that part. That part's for Michelle.
Yeah.
There we go.
But Michelle, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, where were we? So, oh yeah, you were telling me you think in your estimation, you're the most proud of your PT Cruiser episode that you guys did.
Yeah, I think we really bridged the gap between talking about a cannonball run almost of American literature and postmodernism, and which was a thing I used to do when I was a substitute teacher in English class, and I had like an AP class. Because I love teaching English because that's my degree and I can teach it and I can go in and eventually became a teacher. So I could explain to students very quickly the 4 phases of American cultural movements from like 1780 to 1955, I think.
You got black and white Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Then you got Mickey Mouse with the bigger ears.
Bigger ears.
You got color Mickey, and then you got what's the I don't know the 4th one.
Grimace and
No, that's
Hamburglar.
Hentai.
That's McDonald's.
Okay.
Hentai?
Mm.
That's the 4th one? That's the
the-
era we're in now?
We're in the hentai era right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, I interrupted.
I don't know.
It's like
but yeah,
hentai and tentacle porn is so mainstream. People do car raps of it now, and
Really?
people are just like, eh.
You remember?
Yeah, nobody cares.
Remember hookups?
Most
What
of
was that?
It was a skateboard company that had sexy anime girls
Yeah.
on their t-shirts. I remember I asked my parents for a hookup t-shirt.
We were so opposite. I was afraid of that stuff. I was like, "Fuck, this is entering way too cool territory."
My
for
dad
me.
yelled at me. He's like, "What?"
How old were
Yell
you
at
when
me
you
in the
saw?
store.
How old were you when you saw Bible Black for the first time?
Saw what?
The anime Bible Black.
I've never seen it.
Oh, that's the one where an anime girl, her like clit grows into a dick, and then she starts having sex with other women, and their clits get really big and turn into dicks.
Wow. No, I've never
No?
seen that, but I gotta go check it out. Sounds like,
Is
yeah.
it worthy of Tolstoy?
I thought that was
Do
like.
you think that like was a precursor for trans acceptance?
I think so because
Yeah.
and to that point, I think like Style Project and E-Bomb's World were also one because that's where you could find stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to look at a website called efucked.com. Have you seen it?
E
We've talked
fuck.
a lot
Yeah,
about it a
so
lot.
E-fucked. Do you remember E-fucked?
Is that like Web 1.0, like early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
E-fucked was a classic.
Yeah, you see all
never knew.
types of bloops.
I knew Fugly.com.
Bloopers
That was
and
another one.
Bloops and spoofs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a video on there of a lady that I don't know, she's a porn star. So shooting porn, she had to go shoot porn. She made the mistake of eating like 6 servings of fucking onion rings before, and then she started throwing up, and she's throwing up fucking onion rings everywhere. She's like, "I'm sorry."
yeah, it's pretty good.
There's one that starts off. It's a shot of 2 women on a bed, and they're fucking themselves with eels.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
that's
eels.
a pretty
And
famous.
then it pans to the wide shot, and the man comes into view, and he's got a puffer fish, and he's sticking his cock in his mouth.
So funny.
And like that, there's no context. There's no explanation.
It's really
just that.
it was perhaps the funniest website. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever see that one video? It's like world's biggest cum, and it's like this guy
With the giant
like,
balls?
with giant balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a swollen nutsack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's preposterous amounts of cum.
Yeah.
And you just
Like,
can't help but laugh.
Like he's not hard anymore. And
Yeah.
it's just it's
Well, it's a prop. It's not like
oh,
real.
really?
Yeah, that doesn't.
yeah,
there's
you just
no
broke
thing,
his damn heart.
There's
Dude,
no
I
thing where you
busted
have-
that so
Yeah, don't
many
think you
times.
said
Yeah, you have to
Japanese
go back in
porn?
the closet now.
No, it's not possible. There's no anatomical way in which you could produce that much.
We've talked about it on the podcast before, but there's a very famous video called the people refer to it as a booyah video, but it's
Yeah.
a gentleman has his penis in a woman's vagina and both of his
Let me
testicles in
ask
her
you this.
asshole.
Now that guy, what kind of car does he drive?
Yeah, what car does the booyah guy drive? And he pulls it out and he goes, booyah.
Yeah, his nuts come out of his ass, and he goes, booyah.
Booyah.
And I think I said it on the show last
You
time this
said it.
came up. Yeah, but
But you said it's the first time booyah has been used in the correct context.
the word
Like,
existed forever. It's kind of like how lasers were invented in the 1950s, and they had no idea what to do with lasers. Somebody just found a way to focus light in a certain way.
Yeah.
And then only after that did that. I mean, they're still inventing uses for lasers.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of this thing that they discovered.
Yeah.
And booyah.
It was a
the
booyah moment.
language version of that. Yeah. Somebody came up with the word booyah, and they didn't know what to do with it until that guy stuck his nuts in that woman's ass. And pulled it out.
Wait, so he says booyah first and then crams his nuts?
No,
out?
he
It's
says it
crams his nuts
after
in
he
there,
pulls it out.
and then as they come out, he goes. So it's almost like, but as it's like, it's like booyah. Like, he makes the noise his nuts should have made.
It's a really beautiful
had
moment.
we lived in the Roger
It's a
Rabbit
perfect
universe.
moment.
Yeah.
So what car does that guy drive?
1998 Chevy Silverado signal cab, 1500 with American, like, okay, it had stock wheels on it, but he got to have something fancy, so he flips to the back of like Summit Racing catalog and buys the cheapest ones you could get, which is the Summit Racing turbo, like turbine wheels that every dad puts on their truck to make it look cool. Like that's what it is. It's green. There's a bunch of black and milds in the ashtray, overflowing, never empties the ashtray.
Yeah.
Check engine light permanently on, O2 sensor.
This guy's amazing.
He cut off the catalytic converter because that's just a government scam.
Yeah, it is.
And just welded.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
His voice sounds
Fauci invented the catalytic converter.
His voice sounds a little different than that. He's more like he's like, man,
He's not a gravelly voice.
Come on.
No, he's black.
Yeah, he's a black guy that put his nuts in a white lace.
But he still drives a Silverado.
He still drives that. Yeah, for sure.
You got it right.
Like a
I ain't running no gas on my shit.
Yeah.
I want all the gas coming out.
Yeah.
I want all the gas.
He talks about his son a lot, even though he hasn't paid child support in like years.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
But
use
he's like,
everything I do.
He's like, I'm doing this porno for my son.
Everything
you know?
I do is for my son.
Yeah. Everything I do is for my son.
He stays out
Except
here
for
in these
paying the
streets.
child support.
Because that's
You
that
ever
like
go
the
to a-
catalytic converter. That's a scam.
That's a scam.
And I know that bitch using that shit on extensions anyways. What, she's going to buy him school supplies? In January, bitch?
That's a lot.
In January, you buying school supplies?
Yeah. What were you saying?
Have you ever been to taste this?
What is it?
It's cum. it's my cum. I brought it with me.
Tell me what that reminds you of.
Summer camp.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Dimetap?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it tastes like...
What's
But
this remind you of?
Dimetap tasted legit good, actually. That's like worse Dimetap.
Oh.
That's horrific.
Yeah.
What is it? I can smell it.
Yeah. It's truly.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's like what if you kept a kiwi in your socks
Yeah.
for a week?
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
What if I made sock liquor?
Yeah.
out of fruit.
It reminds me of like if you go to a kid's parents' house and they don't know how to mix Kool-Aid right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How hard is it to mix Kool-Aid? Oh, like the proportions?
Yeah, they get it all wrong.
Yeah.
Just-
Nick was just talking about Kool-Aid. This
I
is
was thinking
crazy.
about getting back into it. Yeah, like I said, dude, one
You're
world.
thinking about getting back.
One world.
Yeah, hands across America, baby.
Yeah.
That should be,
It's all right. The flavor is called Kiwi Mojito style.
nasty.
So basically, they fucking, made water out of an onion and then carbonated it.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's
like
really
I don't
gross.
really like drinking beer because I'm trying to like stay low cal, and it's the whole again coming out of the closet thing, and like
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta still look good. I'm not gonna get a beer gut like everybody else's dad.
What's it
So,
like being gay in rural Pennsylvania?
trying to convince people you are?
Really?
Like people I say, well, I like this guy, and it's like.
But or is it guys on the apps? Are they like closet guys on the apps or
yeah,
something?
most people like who I met in rural Pennsylvania. Like,
I'm not
don't go on
fucking gay.
Grindr.
Yeah, it
Oh
feels
yeah,
like
yeah. It's
Yeah.
so that.
I'm not
it's like-
fucking gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
Feels
guys.
like rural PA would just skip vanilla gay, and you're either straight or you're the guy drawing Miata fuck
Yeah.
furry porn. You can't just stop right at that.
No.
Yeah, you got to go full tilt.
Right about now, if there's any furries listening, please draw some Miata furry porn.
that we need
Because I
that.
know they're already drawing anthropomorphized versions of fighter planes fucking each other, so I've seen that.
Yeah,
And now Top Gun Maverick came out, so I'm sure there's that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's going to be like a whole
You
giant.
guys see
dicks
that
with
movie?
Fighter planes.
Well,
going
a lot of
was
sexual
badass.
identities is just the interactions of like mass media and autism, and then
Mhm.
it does like people just happen to hit people with severe autism happen to hit puberty like when something like Top Gun Maverick comes out.
Mhm.
So they get their first erection while at the movie, and they're like, "It must be this," you know? And
Yeah.
then-
F-14 Tomcat.
yeah, exactly.
SU-27 something.
Mhm. Are you a plane? You aviator planes guy also?
Well, my dad was a pilot,
Uh-huh.
and that was like the big disappointing my dad thing because he really wanted me to become a pilot and be in the Navy, like all the males. in
Like
my
a Top
family.
Gun?
Yeah,
Your dad was a Navy pilot?
Dad was a Navy pilot. Almost carrier
Damn.
certified during Vietnam.
Wow.
So he didn't see any combat.
Have you been to the Intrepid Museum in
What's
the
that?
city? It's on
the West Side
46th
Highway.
Street on the
Yeah,
west
that's
side.
where,
It's the USS Intrepid is just fucking moored there. And
Yeah.
It's where
They
Lex
got a-
Luger body slammed Yokozuna.
yeah, they got an SR-71 and F-14 Tomcat
Oh.
on there. If you want to go see it,
Mm.
that's something you can do
It's neat.
in New
Uh,
York.
See,
You have
I'm
a
super,
pilot's
I'm su-
license?
I'm super spoiled at this is like a weird YouTube thing because I'm super spoiled about. I like the idea of things,
Mhm.
but do I get to use it? And that's like a weird thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a car museum and I don't want to go to car shows. Do I
Yeah.
get to drive it? No. Oh, well, then I'm not going.
Right.
Do I get to fly the plane?
I'm like
No.
that. I'm like that with women.
Yeah. I don't want to know their name unless I get.
Yeah,
I get
unless I could use you.
unless she's got nos.
And you
you
could
know.
be used
Unless I
in
go
a-
drift.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to meet your wife? Well, and then what?
And
I
then
shake her
what?
fucking hand and leave? No thanks, pal.
Yeah, what does this mean for me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of that whole thing now where part of being terminally online means you have to find increasingly new ways to monetize your existence.
Yeah.
So that, and I think we were talking about this earlier, where it's like that super pretentious point about the society we're in now. It's almost like it privileges observing it rather than living in it.
Yeah.
And I mean, but in some ways that is living in it.
There are a lot of comedians who are on the road 52 weeks a year and they do observational comedy, and it's just like you're not actually part of society. Like the way you're not actually like, it's strange to me. It's like, what are you drawing on? Because they're just in hotels, you know, like,
Interesting.
yeah. I don't know how that works. Do you know what I'm saying, Nick?
Well, I'm on the road pretty often.
Not your
You're saying
you
I'm
also
fucking-
have friends and like you have a life.
No, I don't.
Well, is it that is the thing that you're?
I'm just like, they're the guys that work so hard, you
Mhm.
know, that it's just like it's baffling to me how they keep drawing upon observations on life because they're so one-track mind
Hmm.
in terms of lifestyle. I don't know if that really added anything to what you just said, but
Well, no, I
that's what
think
it reminded me of.
And it makes me wonder, like, what is the process? Are they going out there and just like sitting down on a park bench and observing other people?
That would be very
live
funny.
life? Yeah,
And check.
in a very Henry James sort of way, just sit in the back of a room and watch people do things and
Yeah.
turn that into material, and you'll never run out. I don't think.
I guess.
But but the skill part comes into actually turning it into comedy rather than just being a thing you observe. And like I can never do stand up because I couldn't take that observation and morph it into a joke. I would need to sit with it for God only knows how long it takes to write like half of an RCR to like shape that into something that might somewhat be true for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what
funny.
fascinates me about what you guys are able to do. You're able to distill an entire concept into a setup, punchline, something.
Nah,
I'm-
I'm more just like I'm Jewish. That's basically my act.
that's not what you do. Really?
Nick, like really unpacks, social mores. He's a real artist.
Yeah, but I just everything, all my shit's stolen from Alex Jones.
Yeah.
It's all just conspiracy theory.
What the
stuff.
fuck's he gonna do?
Yeah. Sue me.
How about you? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good luck, buddy.
yeah.
I may have said it before, but I'm like so interested in this sort of world you guys exist in. So
Well, the
can you
world we
explain-
exist is now interviewing, and
Yeah,
that's
now
the-
we're talk
that's
show
the thing
hosts.
is, yeah, well,
That are into
Adam's
cars.
Adam's gonna be the guy.
The
Well,
hottest
we're gonna have
talk
to
show
spend
on
most of the
planet.
Patreon on making a Jay's Garage for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need to be buying very rare cars, and housing them in Manhattan. Actually, I heard Seinfeld
you
has
can
an elevator garage.
Let me ask you guys this.
I mean, if you wanted to do a podcast at the Manhattan Car Club, maybe I could make that happen.
Did you know that you could get a DUI on a bicycle?
Yes.
Yes.
My college roommate
Yes.
almost did. But because he was passed out next to the bicycle when he was found, they could never prove he was on it.
Interesting.
Nice.
My question
Who got
is
him
this.
off? Johnny Cochran.
If that's the case, can you get like? There must be no legal way to be in a wheelchair and get drunk.
Interesting.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Follow-up question: How far
Motorized wheelchair.
How far are we from? That seems like it's even worse.
Yeah.
You know.
I love when you see the guys that soup up their motorized wheelchairs. I saw a guy in Manhattan the other day, and he's like, I was like, damn, you took the regulator off. You're going hard right now. He was zooming down the sidewalk. I was like, that's not street legal.
Just get spinners on there.
Yeah.
Gets wheels from like a shifter cart, put that on there.
That was cool.
How far are
nuts.
far away are we from being able to identify as I use a wheelchair? And you just get to use a wheelchair, and you can walk. You have used.
Oh,
to
be like
transicapped.
Transicapped.
Like those concept Toyota wheelchairs we saw at the auto show.
Yes.
Like those things.
Oh yeah, we were laughing about
Minority
that.
Report.
You should have seen that. They had these like the wheelchairs of the fucking future, and they had these like EV wheelchairs. But they had. I wish I had a picture of it or a visual, because they clearly made a distinct. They had two different kinds of wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And one was for disabled, and one was for fat. And like, there's like you could see that they had different intentions between the one was more
for Wally people.
shopping oriented
Yeah.
with the little basket, so you can have your lunch in there.
Yeah.
And did you remember like right after that, like nearby there was behind glass the M&M's NASCAR fire suit, like right
So
after the
sick.
fat wheelchair. It's
Yeah.
Sick.
One
That's
of
really
my
cool.
favorite moments, and I wish, as the kids say, it was so cringe, but I didn't want to watch it, and I kind of wish I did, when those Toyota like hype people were like trying to get people excited. There was like 5 people in the audience.
I love those guys, and they do it all day long. And it's like, I don't think they're Toyota employees. I think that they probably just get presenters, like people whose job it is to be a presenter. Because it's like, I mean, that would be the most brutal job in the world, to just go around for Toyota and like every weekend have to do fucking 15 hours.
High
of like,
energy.
Of punishing morning
we're
show
getting
pep.
fucking excited for this, and then like working the room.
They were working the room. They were asking like really, really easy questions. Like multiple choice. Like Toyota makes an affordable SUV. It starts. What letter does it? We got. Is it the RAV4?
Yeah.
The Supra, or the name another one. It's like. RAV4 says somebody like that guy in the fedora when we were looking at the LC 500. Like fedora, like congratulations, and they give him a gift bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the future for RCR?
Well, we want to get our podcast to stand on its own.
Okay.
So the YouTube channel's doing fine.
So we're doing the inverse from that.
We're trying to go to YouTube.
We don't even know how to post on YouTube, dude. I'm on fucking Vimeo, and I found out they're gonna throttle us, and I'm scared of YouTube.
YouTube, that's the thing. YouTube wants to be ABC at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
That's what they want to be, because that's where the advertising dollars are.
That's what we want to be.
Prime time.
We want to turn Adam into. We want to have fucking Otome from The Color Purple on here, and have Adam be like, "So what kind of car do you drive?"
Yeah, what kind of car? Because there are these guys that were lying about what kind of car you drive.
And then we've shed ourselves of the instinct to be like, "Hey Otome, have you ever seen the Booyah video? That's gone. No more of that."
Yeah, we can't talk about the Booyah video, but we managed to do it once an episode.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we get away with quite a bit on YouTube, but we don't swear,
We
not
don't
really.
really swear. And also, I wonder to what extent anyone actually cares about the car realm of YouTube.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time,
you have-
it's me or us like self-editing or self-censoring, going back, like either taking something down and re-uploading something just because we're preempting whatever YouTube's going to do. And so that decision goes into everything that we do.
Do you guys have beef with other channels?
No,
No, it's,
no,
And your fan base hasn't turned toxic?
no.
we've been
Wow.
lucky.
Is there any toxic car fan base? Does anyone have anything remotely
Gear
close
is
to
kind
it?
of a
You know
little
what? I
toxic.
think it's if there is a toxic thing, it's the guys who put their
It's just-
Instagram handle on their car,
Mm.
or it's like they change like they tint their window on their S13. Excuse me, I'm being very specific. Let's just say Scion FRS. They'll tint their windows and put their Instagram handle. They'll like do a few things and then put the sticker built but not bought. But that's just someone being
But
young.
that's not toxic. That's like, you know.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
lame.
exactly. You're exactly right. That's just a
That's
16-year-old retard that, you know,
Yeah.
that does the same things every 16.
No, I did the exact same thing. I had a 2000 Dodge Neon. That was my first car. 3-speed automatic. Didn't even have overdrive. I think final gear may have been an overdrive, like a 0.9 ratio. And I just wanted like everything. I did like trying to express like I got to be better than other people, and I watched Fast and Furious and everything.
Sick.
So I put racing. It was black on black, and so I put silver racing stripes over the hood, over the roof, and down the trunk that I lined up with a ruler. That wasn't enough. This was the early 2000s, so I needed to change my windshield washer nozzles. So I changed them and put ones with lights in them.
Sick.
That wasn't enough. The car came with fog lights. I need a second pair.
You put yellow lights in there and make it look like piss. Turn them out
Yeah, that's cool.
and have just piss come out of it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like you're
piss.
washing your windshield with pee. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
They call me James Piss.
Yeah.
People say
That
why.
guy's
It's like, you know,
wild.
like James Bond, but
Yeah.
with piss. My car sprays, you know, James Bond has oil. Mine sprays piss.
What if in the beginning of Dr. No, like you had another camera and it's just
Yeah.
below him and it's just Sean Connery's pants turning dark?
Yeah.
And there's no reference to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just
Like-
pees his pants.
I love the idea. Of,
your courage.
I love the idea of Sean Connery pissing himself.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's
Yeah.
a great image.
The funniest mental
entire
image.
movie.
It's like they just hand
It's
him.
not reference, not addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You know who does?
pee spreading.
Liam Neeson does that a lot. He pisses
Yes.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they hand him his martini glass, and it's just piss
You see
blossom.
like Ralph
over
Wiggum
his
like
pants.
spreading.
Yeah.
He comes out like, what was the one where he comes out like, I think she sees the point. He shoots somebody with the spear gun, and then his board shorts just start turning dark again.
Oh, that's good.
And then they have to. Who was after Sean Connery?
Roger Moore.
And
Or
they
wait,
have to.
yeah,
George
Roger-
Lazenby, maybe?
Was
No, it was
George
Rod-
Lazenby after
It was Roger Moore, and then Sean Connery came back for one, and I think then
George
Lazenby?
Lazenby?
and then
And
Dalton.
Timothy
I think
Dalton.
Roger Moore came. I want to say
He
Roger
came
Moore
back,
came
yeah.
back for another one before.
Maybe it was
Dalton.
Dalton.
Lazenby was only one, right? It's,
Yeah, Lazenby was just
it's-
one.
Is it Her
Was
Majesty's?
that Her Majesty's Secret
Her
Service?
Majesty's
Is not
Secret
not a
Service.
bad Bond, actually.
That was a very good Bond.
Pretty
One
good
of the best
pretty good
early ones.
Bond, yeah.
Adam, what's your favorite Bond film?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen most of them. I'd say probably. I like Casino Royale is really good.
It is pretty darn good.
It's
isn't
really
it?
good.
The only weird thing, like, takes me out of it every single time is when he checks like his Nokia
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
very clearly early 2000s like GPS on. I was like, all right, that's right. This is a normal movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the last one. I thought I was touched by it.
Where Bond dies.
Yeah, I thought it was beautiful. He was a good man.
Like, he just looks
James-
so done. He's a good man.
He's a good man.
He's looked done for the last 3 movies.
He's a good
He wants
man.
nothing more than not be James Bond anymore, and then they're backing up the
He
fucking
was a
Brinks
good
truck
man.
to his
Yeah.
house.
Come
and they're
on,
just
you
like,
got-
he's
I
like,
know.
Oh, for fuck's fucking fuck! Like,
Yeah.
why am I having a? Yeah, but they just those
Yeah.
movies are.
Well,
It's got
I'll-
to be weird to be a Bond guy anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be like a.
Yeah, I'm not really.
You gotta be like an autistic Indian guy to be like I love James Bond.
For
Is
me,
it-
James Bond is like the show Entourage. It's like I don't try to see all of them, but I just happen to have seen all of them.
It's a good casual.
I don't know.
James
I don't
Bonds are
even know
great
if
for
I've seen
airplanes.
all. You've seen every James Bond movie?
I've seen almost everyone. Probably maybe not
That's
everyone.
wild. No,
Yeah.
there's no way. I mean, I guarantee. I can't. I think maybe I've seen one of the Roger Moore James Bond movies.
I've
seen a bunch of
none
those.
of the Dalton
I think I've seen at least one or two of the Timothy Dalton ones because
I think he only did two.
When I was at
he did two and Lazenby did one.
When
that's
I was
my favorite
then
Bond.
I've seen all of the Timothy Dalton ones. When I was a kid, I did. You're a teenager. You see the fucking Pierce Brosnan James Bond Goldeneye. You see Goldeneye, and then you're like, this is awesome. There's
the
40 of these movies,
Yeah.
and then you'll like watch one old one, and it's just like
him doing paperwork.
Yeah, some British woman with a dumb haircut answering phones for 2 hours, and you're like, what the fuck is this? And
the very first Roger Moore one.
A guy that's Chinese, quote unquote. You know, it's like, he's got an aquarium and he's just being a creep.
They're doing like weak karate chops on each other.
He's got a Japanese style suit with no lapel that goes up to the top.
Yeah, and you're like, this is bullshit. So I sampled a couple of them. I think
I watched a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a teenager, right? But I don't know why Dalton was like the first stop. But
that was Living Daylights, right? Because that's my favorite Bond movie.
And I want to say License to Kill.
That sounds right.
Was that? I'm not entirely, because I never saw him, but it's also a thing where Timothy Dalton also seemed, at least in my estimation, to appear the most like a James Bond. Like what you would think of James Bond in your mind.
Yeah, because they were just trying to undo the camp of Roger Moore.
Roger Moore is that's. I mean, he's like Austin Powers.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just this goofy nonsense.
Right.
Even in the first one, they were trying to like. He was like, "Oh, the boss is going to come and talk to you," and he's like. In the very first Roger Moore one, I forget which movie it is, but he's like embarrassed that he has a woman over. And he's like trying to hide that it's there, and like Moneypenny covers for him to distract the boss so the girl can slip out. It's like, what?
Yeah.
We're trying to... And that's the weird thing about like Bonds. It's like they're trying to like undo whatever the last Bond was.
Essentially.
So, yeah.
And that's what's weird about him is that looking back on those older movies, you kind of wonder how they ever got popular in the first place. Like, how is he an enduring icon when it's mostly just a guy doing, sort of these silly stunts that I guess
he gets pussy. We like that. We like that he saves the world, but he also gets pussy.
And we like compelling interviews, and I feel like Adam has nailed it this week.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Adam?
Final thoughts? I mean, guys, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming on. And I appreciate the fact talking to someone that just loves to talk about what they're into.
Oh, thanks.
You were saying earlier to us, you're like, that's why I want to talk to you guys about comedy, but Nick and I hate talking about comedy. You know,
I was staying, and I'm sorry this is a name drop.
Yeah, asking us about comedy is like if we asked you about fucking GoPros for like an hour.
But they would love it. They'd be like, this is the
no, you're right, because
Hero
GoPro's
10.
Like, turn it on.
Comedy's just a tool. It's like it's not even.
What's a good GoPro? Oh, whatever.
Pick one.
Or what? Like when people say, "What kind of car should I get?" and it's Toyota Corolla, and stop bugging me. Like, you're not going to take care of it. You're not going to change the oil. That's going to last the longest. Whatever. And if you want to talk about like actually caring about something, which we didn't even talk about your idea with your GS470. We didn't even go into that. We didn't talk about the Camaro 675 LP or 575 LP and all that other stuff. Gosh, I'm down to do this again.
Anytime, guys.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna
really appreciate it.
We're gonna hit it here.
Thanks a lot.
And then maybe there'll be more content after this in a second. Who knows? We'll see what Michelle's up to do. Seems like she's got a. Adam, you want to say maybe just in case, say goodbye to everybody?
I'm going to say goodbye just in case. There might be more content coming through. We don't know if it's going to be ready.
And if they want to.
And if you want to subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/TAFS, Adam Fiedland Show, we're going to be putting up video content weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. We got big plans, and we are only a couple weeks, maybe a month out from the actual first launch of the show. Maybe a month and a half, potentially 2 months. We are 2 short months.
We're saying it's going to be a Halloween to remember, because it will be.
Guys, get ready. Seriously,
you find out you are just weeks away from the launch.
And I know you guys are thinking this might be a prolonged bit. We're going to say it's not. And you're going to wonder, is it a prolonged bit? But it's not a prolonged bit.
Don't ever
making a television show.
Yeah.
We are making a television show.
We are.
Bear with us. It's a lot of fucking work. We didn't know. We are in over our heads. We don't know what we're doing. So
don't get mad. All right. They're on board. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.
test,
Yeah.
it looked
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't-
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
a low.
Sort of
Yeah.
vibe. You
Yeah.
would see
Yeah. Yeah.